have had that experience. Oh yeah, this is something that unfortunately is common. And for those of you who have yet to experience a financial crisis, oh, know this: mistakes make masters. If you agree with me that mistakes make masters, hashtag mistakes make masters. Today, I am here to share my story and the process that I use that helped to change my perspective as it relates to financial matters. I had to learn through the pain of my own mistakes, through my own trial and error, and that was simply to use money as a resource and not the source. By day, I spend my time as an IT project manager, but my passion is truly helping women to become better stewards of their money. However, the latter wasn't always so. You see, on July 8th, 2013, my world was turned upside down. I went into work as normal, but towards the day end, all I heard was, I just got laid off. I had been asking for months for better projects and you laid me off? Stunned and shocked, I watched as my coworker forcefully packed his things and storm out of the office. The inevitable was happening, y'all, layoffs. Who would be next? You see, I had always been driven as it related to my career and very strategic. And towards the end of the day, I was expecting to have a pulse check with my manager, only to hear, Yvonne, please come with me. In that moment, I felt the waves of emotion come over me, and I just whispered quickly, God, please give me peace and hold my tongue. And there I was, ready to accept my fate. The company has decided to go into another direction, and so your position is being eliminated today. As I sat there, y'all, I felt the stream of tears coming down my cheek and the lump in my throat grow larger. Those emotions represented the immediate confirmation of my new reality, unemployment. Yvonne, you're not ready for this. You see, guys, I have been doing so well, 8 years of solid contribution. I was a team player. I put in long hours only to get to this moment in time where it didn't matter. And I remember leaving that day and I called my mom. And as she always does when I'm going through something, she said, Yvonne, do not worry, it'll be okay. Just for a second, I believe what mommy said. Then I quickly switched back to my current reality. It wouldn't be okay, guys, because guess what? I needed my job. I had debt.
Anyone here understand that Mr. Chase, Miss Student Loan, Sir Discover had to be paid, and without a job, they couldn't be paid? Do you understand what I'm saying? Type in the chat, understood. All right, I had subscribed to societal norms. I went to school, I got the job. They told me to contribute to my 401k, put some savings away, build your credit. And for me, your girl was seriously building credit without hesitation. You see, I got my first introduction to debt as an undergrad. Coming out of the bookstore, I remember seeing the rec over to the side with the nice little table with the shiny objects. And before it was all said and done, I had walked away with my approval letter. You couldn't tell me nothing. I felt good, accomplished. I had access to money to cover me should I needed it. And so, yes, I had done everything the normal way. Your girl had debt, mortgage, car note, several credit cards. I could make a fan out of it. You name the store, I had it. J. Crew and Banana Republic were two of my faves. And on top of that, I had student loan debt. My thinking was, as long as I had a job and I was able to make payments timely, I was good. But how many of y'all know it wasn't for my good? Oh no. The blueprint I had for my money matters was unhealthy and it was toxic. I was operating in a poverty mindset and enjoying things for which I couldn't realistically afford. Over the next several weeks, I talked myself into believing I would get a job. Why not? I was qualified. Month 1 and 2 went by, I had no interviews. Okay. Month 3 and 4 and on went on, though. I did not have a single job offer. Rejection after rejection. How is it that I had over 10 years of business experience, 2 degrees, solid recommendations, and I could not find employment? At this point in my life, I felt like God had forsaken me and I was left to my own demise. I was in a desert. When I say a desert, I mean everything dried up. Severance, savings, unemployment, income. I had become a statistic. Broken, ashamed, depressed. I found myself at the mercy of the United States government. One day going into the welfare office for cash and medical assistance, I had hope that they could offer me something. only to hear another rejection. Ma'am, you do not qualify because you have to be with child or disabled. What? Listen, while I understood they had criteria, I didn't fit any of these. And I just could not believe the same system that I had paid into since the age of 15 could not help me. God, I needed a financial breakthrough. I needed to go back to some sense of normalcy. But how many of you out there know that your way is not his way? Your timing is not God's timing. And as I continue to push through, y'all, my prayers changed. I vowed to God, if you get me through this, I will change how I manage money in order to realize that its ability is to set me financially free. I wanted God to know the next time around, he could trust me to use resources more effectively. Finally, at month 14, I got a job with a well-known global financial institution. And I kept my vow to God because he had positioned me for greater. And that is why I empower women to affirm who they are, queens, and pursue better management of their financial matters and not be shackled by debt so that they cannot leave their financial futures to the employer or the government. With the right mindset and strategy, they can change their financial narrative and live a life of significance. And maybe some of you are going through a financial crisis and you don't know what to do. Let me leave you with this. First of all, remember, God is your source. Your dependency is not solely on the job, the resource, but it's on God who is the source. In case some of y'all missed that, let me differentiate the two. You see, according to dictionary.com, the resource is something that is available for use or that can be used for support or help. But the source is a point of origin that has been there since the very beginning of time. It is someone or something that provides what is wanted or needed. And that was God for me. I had been so programmed by worldly standards and it yielded me in being careless. But I know that God had to shift some things around and he had to remind me, oh no, daughter, see, you're to be set apart. You're not to be conformed to